Hi everyone, welcome back. For Saturday, we're going to be starting off with 5 sets of 12 reps of our Scap pull downs, okay? So grabbing a longer bar, roughly in your pull-up grip, okay? If you don't know where that is, we're going to go wider and outside of the shoulders for this one. All right, for here, what I'm going to be focusing on is shrugging up, and then we're going to unshrug or shrug down. Shrugging up, shrug down. I'm going to make sure that I am not manipulating my core, so I'm not going to go from here to make that happen, right? I'm going to keep my core stable, my ribs are shut, right? Meaning my ribs are not open, so we talk about core tight, it's everything. So I'm drawing my belly button in, but I'm also closing my ribs down and keeping that contracted. All right, so locking that in, I'm going to also make sure I'm not going to squeeze back. I'm not squeezing back like a row to pull my lats down or my scaps down. I'm coming down and around. So I'm taking my lats and I'm pulling them around my rib cage. Or if I was going to do a W, that's the feeling I'm trying to go into, is if you externally rotated, your lats get pulled around your rib cage. That's what I'm trying to create, right? When I come down into this position. So again, we're not squeezing back like a row to find that. It's down and around. It might not be a big movement for some of you because you might be figuring out where to squeeze, where to pull up and down through that. So I encourage staying a little lighter for this one to get in those 12 reps and really feel that range of motion. All right, you will be supersetting with those Scap pull downs with flat bench chest press. It's going to be a tempo with a pause, okay? It is a 5x5, 4-second descent, 2-second hold, and then 4-second push up for 5 reps, okay? So we're going to focus on, right, shoulders are down, core is tight. We're going to go 4 seconds on the way down. 2-second hold, and then 4 seconds on the way up. That's 1 rep. One, two, 3, 4. That's my second rep. This is going to be a 5x5 with that 4-second descent, 2-second hold, 4-second raise, okay? Where do the dumbbells go? What do my arm angles look like? Okay, my dumbbells can touch at the top or they're a little closer together. As I come down, they're going to open up. I roughly have a 90-degree angle in the bottom with my elbows. Maybe not as wide, a little bit close, a little bit past 90, okay? And as I come up, I'm just going to start closing that gap a little bit. All right, so 4 seconds again. My dumbbells get wider. Focus on keeping them steady. 2-second hold, and then 4 seconds on the way up. All right, when I'm done, I can lay them back on my chest. I can use my legs to roll my body back up, or if I'm here with a buddy, they can take one, or I wanna make sure my floor is clear because I don't wanna bicep curl it down. I can pull my shoulder. I wanna get my feet out of the way and kind of just let it go on the way down for that one. Okay, for our second couplet of exercises, we're gonna start with behind the neck lat pull down. So you are gonna need a wider bar for this one. We're gonna grab almost towards the ends. When I'm in this position, I wanna make sure I can sit up as tall as possible. I might have to maneuver my neck just a little bit out of the way, but we're definitely not doing this or here, right? So if I'm too far back, I'd have to do this to clear my head. So you're gonna be forward or slightly in front of wherever that cable comes down. Staying on the lighter side, because this is a big range of motion for the shoulders, right? If we can touch somewhere behind our neck, top of our traps, that would be ideal for the range of motion, okay? I'm focusing on all the things that we've been talking about. Core is tight. Okay, I'm not gonna end up pulling into my neck through here. I'm still gonna think about keeping that W feeling, right? throughout this movement and not manipulating, right? Because in order to get my arms behind my neck, people usually want to do this. So making sure that is all locked in. I'm not changing my body position as I'm doing this. So this is going to be 5 sets of 12 reps. Again, encourage you to stay a little bit more on the lighter side. You're going to be supersetting your behind the neck lat pull downs with cable chest flies, okay? So I've lowered each side roughly even with my shoulder, maybe one more notch above, okay? Coming in like this, same thing, bringing in the other handle here, rather than pulling from like way out here. It's gonna be a vulnerable position on your shoulder, right? So you don't wanna grab them and then pull from back there, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna grab one side, grab the other side. I can start in the middle, I'll step forward. I can look up because I can see the pull-up bar that will tell me if I'm in the middle or not. One leg in front of the other, arms out here, and just a nice big hug. I have a slight bend in the elbow, all right? So I'm not gonna bend it more the farther back I go, that kind of becomes another chest press, okay? Or I'm not going to bend them in, right? Just like I say, keeping that slight bend, making sure it's not too heavy to the point where I have to like shrug or lean forward into it every time, all right? Or I'm not using my body as momentum, whipping that forward. This is gonna be 5 sets of 10 reps. Our last couplet for Saturday strength training is going to be single arm cable row in plank. All right, if you guys want to be in plank up through here or down through here, or if you need to be on your knees, right, either combo is fine. Just make sure, right, I'm backed up enough because if I was too close, it would be clanking. I wanna make sure I can get my arms straight and I'm not manipulating this, or by pulling it in, I have to scrunch or I have to arch or move my hips, okay? So whether I'm here or here, I need to figure out what stimulus is right for me, where my body isn't moving except my arm. So this is gonna be 5 sets of 12 reps. Okay, so my core is nice and tight. Also, when I'm pulling here, I'm not leaning forward, right? I'm not shrugging, I'm not hunching. So this weight just needs to be light where it feels like you could do 20 in a row. It's just a stimulus, right, to focus on keeping your body nice and steady. And again, just like we've talked about, you know, pull-ups or lat pull-downs, we're not going in this position with the row. You're gonna open up your chest every time you pull that. So 5 sets, 12 reps per side. Our last exercise, closing out Saturday strength training, is going to be cable push-pull. You will probably need a different weight for the bottom cable and then a different weight for the top cable. You'll have to play around, okay? This is gonna be 5 sets per side, all right? So my bottom arm is gonna row. My top arm is gonna chest press. So I can grab the bottom first or the top first, but I'm gonna make sure when I grab my top, my arm is bent and ready to push. I'm not gonna pull from up here to get that cable into place, all right? So I'm gonna get my arm up, ready to push with this arm. The arm that is above me, that leg is gonna be behind me, okay? Again, I'm locking in my core. I don't wanna rotate with this one, so we're not doing this for today, all right? I'm gonna be looking straight ahead. My bottom arm is gonna row, and my top arm is doing a chest press. So I'm gonna go 10 with this combo. Switch my arms, right? My arm is ready to press. You come down here and get this one. The arm that's above me, my chest press arm, that leg is behind me, facing straight ahead. If I need to scoot over a little bit, there we go. So that would have been 10 on that side as well. So my bottom arm is doing kind of like a higher row, making sure I'm not shrugging into here as I'm doing that high row. Okay, and then my upper arm is kind of doing like a decline chest press with that one. So I'm trying to exchange and move at the same time. I'm not trying to push and then pull, okay? So they're moving simultaneously or in transition with each other for that one. So 5 on one side, 12 on one side, 12 on the other, and that's going to be 5 sets.